The Las Vegas Road to 10 Million edition of the Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code BOMBS, that's BUMBS, to score up to $1,000 in bonus cash. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And with that, we will start the theme song, I believe, maybe in post-production. I'm your host, today, Sullivan, the Beck Detective, Laddie Daddy, Scumbagger, Vance, the Deli Llama, Narcovelli, the man in the box, as I like to say. And I will be coming here live from Las Vegas on Radio Row. We are in here. It is not live. Well, why would I say live? Yeah, I'm currently live. The show is not live. There's a world where I'm recording it live. I believe that I'm happening right now. But you're not listening live. That's what it is. We're not broadcasting it live. This will be broadcast in about an hour. I already have question marks for it, especially since there's no music or theme. A lot of rushing out, but it doesn't matter. I'm here in Las Vegas recording. I want to say recording from Radio Row. It's sign-up weekend here. We've been talking about it. It is August 23rd, Friday. No show yesterday because we were traveling to Las Vegas. I came with Sean and Kramer, the SGPN guys. As we come in, we got the blue carpet treatment here at Circa. We got the Circa limo. That's a nice pickup at the airport. Our man Ronald took the bags. He was a good guy. He did a thing where he laughed at a joke. Open bar. We picked because it was in the morning, you know. We got there. We came out of Burbank. We flew like gentlemen. Always fly to if you're going to Vegas from LA, if you have the means. Now, flights are cheap. Southwest flights to Las Vegas from Los Angeles. Obviously, they want to get you here pretty cheap. But you take Burbank. You can park there like a fucking gentleman. You can, I'll get to it. Let me preview the show real quick. Since we are in Vegas, sign-up weekend, Radio Row. I'm going to talk about the Road to 10 Million. It's picked back up because this is where we cash in the parlay ticket that we made back in July with the NBA series, the final series of the Panthers-Celtics. We cash that in to get entries. We did that today. That's the Road to 10 Million. That docu-series will pick up. It's sign-up weekend and then other people sign up and whatnot. I have a Las Vegas Raiders preview for my Vegas insider, Powski, Brian Potrafka. He's a madman. He lives in the dark webs. He knows the internet. He knows the online conspiracies. He is an online conspiracy, Powski. He is a well, you'll see. At the end of the last end of the show, we'll play the Raider segment which I recorded earlier at a time, a location, who knows where it is. There's NFL Preseason tonight, Vegas. I'm going to give out. This is a Vegas-centric episode. This is the Las Vegas sign-up weekend, broadcasting from Radio Row here. I'm looking at other stations, 94, The Animal. I love, like, sports talk stations. It's like, The Animal, The Blitz, the fucking concussion injury, you know. We're just SGPN. We're good guys. But it's funny watching all these people, these ugly radio people, and I'm one of them, broadcasting live on the road. Anyway, So here we are, and that's going to be today's show. Great show. I hope there's going to be music and sound effects. I did not work that out with Kramer. He's at the pool. He's making Will Levis bets. He left me alone in the box. I even came out here with them to Las Vegas, and I'm still in a box by myself, producing my own show with 100 different shows all around here. I wish I could show you, but this is going to be good. Like I said, let me, before I get into, it's kind of bullshit that they left me here. To get their Will Levis numbers, that's gonna move in the next half hour. August 23rd, like someone's jumping on the Will Levis most passing yards prop. Like, we better get there now. We got to rush down. Sorry, CJ. You can handle this, right? Yeah, I don't have a theme song or any sound effects. It's just my voice. you know what? I'm not getting angry because we're in Vegas and I haven't lost money yet. We actually hit a game. We hit a game last night. We came in. We hit Colts -6.5 versus the who were they playing? The Bengals in Cincinnati in preseason, and we got the worst of the number. Of course, it opened up Indianapolis -1. We got 6.5. Went off at 7, by the way. So if you look at it that way, we got some CLV. But then you listen to all the sharps on TV, like, well, you can't bet at 6.5. You lost the best number. What am I going to do? Not bet it? I just landed in Vegas. I'm betting the game. It's going to be on, right? At the fucking meet and greet. And you're damn right it was. And we watched it, and we bet it, and we won. We got a last-second touchdown. It was a lucky cover, if you will. Man, there's a lot of things that could have went our way. Anyway, it didn't matter. And Kramer had the under, so he that touchdown hurt him. But bad beat, good beat. It was just good. It was just great to have a beat on football to come back to you. You know what I mean? Baseball bad beats hurt more because you're like, why am I even betting this goddamn sport? Football beats, you're like, you're in. You know the scenarios. You know what I mean? The Colts had the ball at the end. I'm like, I don't need them to have the ball, even though they're up 6. I need Cincy to have the ball so we can get a defensive touchdown. Or break off a long run for a score, which is exactly what my man did to get the cover. Anyway, we got the cover. So, anyway, with that being said, let me tell you about SGPN. Everything in the merch store is 10% off with promo code football. I'd recommend probably a Bet Detective shirt or a Man in a Box shirt. Anything with me to get my name out there because their name's fine. They come out there, they're getting the blue carpet treatment, like I said. Ryan and Sean. There you guys. Get anything at the SGPN merch store. It's 10% off. College football kicks off this week as well. So tune in to Sports Gaming Podcast and the College Football Experience for Week 0 picks and all your favorite futures. I'm going to give you a couple Week 0 picks as well on the show right here. But first, let's get back to me in the box here in Las Vegas for sign-up weekend here at the Circa Casino. They put us up here. It's incredible. What a place. It's the best place. Vegas Paulie C, if you follow him online, I do as well. He gives you insides on Vegas. He says the only 3 casinos worth visiting: Wynn, Encore, Circa. Hard to disagree. They take care of your gamblers. Adults only at the Circa. I like that. You know what I mean? It means ugly things. But anyway. So like I said, so we arrived here yesterday. Drove into Burbank. And like I said, if you're in Los Angeles, you know the difference between Burbank and LAX. LAX, the worst place on earth. Burbank, the best place on earth. Bob Hope Airport. Bob Hope International. Bob Hope, by the way, a lot of people don't know this, used to perform in blackface. True story. He performed in blackface, Bob Hope. That's just what you did back then. This was back in 1982. And one time he was late to his gig. I think it was in San Francisco, and he didn't have time to put the makeup on. He went up there, and he did well. And some club manager says, hey, you probably don't have to put all that racist goop on your face because, your ugly, dumb face is funny enough. That was the advice he got in his career. He never looked back. So what a heartwarming story about the legendary Bob Hope. Anyway, his airport's fantastic in Burbank. You park there, although I kind of got screwed into parking. There's one lot under construction. The other lot, the other relatively cheaper lot, they said was full. It wasn't full. I saw a spot right up front. But nope, no one there. No one there. So they got me. So whatever. We got there. But you walk up, you drive up, you show up a half hour before the flight. It's like the 1960s there. I get out of the car like DiCaprio and Catch Me If You Can with like 8 Pan Am flight attendants at each arm, like fly me to the moon. I'm walking right. You walk right up on the tarmac right to the plane. It's amazing. I had the A47 seat. I went early bird. I'm done fighting the winless battle, unwinnable battle of the Southwest boarding and for the common man. I know I've gone off on this before. It used to be, if you had your life in order a little bit, you set a reminder 24 hours beforehand. You could check in and get yourself a nice A seating at Southwest. Not anymore. It's a rigged game. They kowtow to the fat and sassy, the rich. You have your business select, you have your early birds, and you pay for it. No one even paid for the ultra business select. 8 through 115 is empty. It's like these landlords that keep their empty units. They'd rather have, and their high rent. They'd rather have that than the homeless people living there. I just go off into some fucking political rant. That's what was great about being here in Vegas. I didn't see any of Kamala Harris last night or the DNC. DNC wasn't even a thought of being on any of the 4,000 TVs that we were in last night. It's hilarious. What a world Vegas is. Anyway, so we come in here. We had good seating. We had the emergency row thing. Sean and Ryan, they got, of course, up front. So, I mean, truth be told, I invoiced them for my early bird selection. But, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So we got here, got the blue limo. Oh, that was what I was going to tell you. Our limo driver, the guy who gets our bags, he's Randall. He was a good guy. He did a joke where he wasn't even the driver. I'm sorry. He just got us from the bags to the limo. And he's like, this got one of them limos. It's got all the drinks, if you want. And it's like 10 in the morning or whatever. And my joke was, well, I don't know, and it's a little late for me to start drinking, but all right, you're right. What, late? Come on, it's 10 o'clock. What time do you start? 5? And he just starts laughing. He starts laughing so long. Then it was like kind of like, not awkward, but, he started, and he just kept laughing. And then he just walked away mid-laugh. So I'm like, oh, he knew what he was doing there. He was laughing, genuine. And he's like, I'm just going to ride this laughter into an exit. I kind of liked it. We never saw him again. It was a beautiful exit for my man Randall. Anyway, so we arrived here yesterday at Circa, and now we had the fantastic blue carpet treatment here, SGPN. VSiN, a lot of the VSiN personalities, if you know that, we'll be on shows. I'll be doing the VSiN show tonight with Sean and Ryan, the 6 o'clock Friday show, so that'll be fun. I'll do a segment. I got to whip that thing up. A lot of celebrities. So Brent Musburger, as soon as we got in, we immediately got lunch at Saginaw's, which is the deli here at Circa. I like Saginaw's. It's fine. 24/7. Nice sandwich. Corned beef sandwich. And there was the Godfather, Brent Musburger, sitting by himself. Jackpot, baby. I was going to get a picture with him. I love Brent Musburger. Always have. And Jimmy Greek, that's shaped me growing up, watching CBS. You're looking live at Veterans Stadium on CBS. Brent Musburger's the man. And there he was, sitting by himself, eating a corned beef pastrami, like a good old New York Jewish fellow that he is. I think he's Jewish. He should be if he's not. Makes it great. Because those Jewish guys, those old Jewish guys like Larry King live forever. And they look great. He was spry. He was moving around. But I didn't want to get a picture with him, so I did the old sketchy take a picture in the background thing. But I didn't want to bother him while he's eating, a corned beef sandwich in the middle of the night. He is an elderly man, for crying out loud. But it was good to see old Musburger. I hope to see him later on this week and get a real picture with him. That'll help. That'll be great for the man in the box. And also Road to 10 Million. He would be, you know what? I just talked myself into it. Because I'm starting to film the Road to 10 Million. And, what was I going to say? Yeah, I did some before the flight. I did some on the drive. Because I had to do a little bit of road even though we flew. We're doing some updates. People are not really, feeling, they wanted to be on camera. People want to be on camera. We got on camera actually yesterday too. Speaking of the Road to 10 Million, Circa put out their own docuseries about last year's Survivor called The Quest for 9.2 million. Now, I'm not going to say they took my idea since they filmed it last year and I filmed mine afterwards, but my title came out first. I'll just say, publicly, who knows what the hell the deal is. I'm just kidding. It's obviously a common thing here of a docuseries. Truth be told, I'm much more entertaining. They did a good job, though. They had a better production budget than they didn't do it on their iPhone, like me. But anyway, it is. I recommend watching. It gets you pumped up. It's kind of a commercial you can get on VSiN and their YouTube page, I believe, promoting their fucking show. But anyway, they grabbed me, Ryan, and Sean yesterday. They're filming for next year's already, and they gave us an interview. And what a jackpot they got. They thought we were just some schlubs. No. I'm the best person you're going to be interviewing. You know why? Because I'm not going to try to be the best interviewer. You're going to get a lot of gamblers and who try to be funny or try to be a buzz and excited, Because then we saw them later in the meet and greet, like, hey, you guys were really good. Yeah, no shit. I'm really good. Local Vegas camera crew. I'm the man in the box. I'm a fucking brand. You didn't even know that. I didn't want to come at him about copyright infringements. I didn't want to be like Bouncing Bets girl. Walking bets. That was a controversy in the gambling world yesterday. I'll talk about that a little later, actually. Now that I think about it, what's her face? If you want, if you got, that's what happens. You come to Vegas for one weekend. You're already deep into gambling tea. There's gossip out here in these gambling streets. It was kind of fun. You know what I mean? Because this is what you get their sign up weekend when you have gamblers come together. Like there was Bet Bash a couple weeks ago, and now this is the sign-up weekend. A lot of gambling personalities come here. And then and when this new world of gambling, you have of legalized gambling, you have your steady gamblers, whatever life, who don't look great on TV. Let's be honest, warts and all, if you will. And then you have the new TV people who really don't know what they're talking about with gambling, but these are TV job opportunities. They come on, they're good-looking people, but they don't know what they're talking about. And both sides scare the shit out of each other. They're terrifying. I, of course, am the perfect blend in between. I'm affable. I'm a talent. I'm entertaining. Kind of know what I'm talking about. Not the best looking guy, but we're getting there. I had the yogurt this morning with the coffee and a few of those biscuits or whatever. We went to the VIP sign up check-in. When you check into the hotel, you go to the side private room and they have those biscottis, or not biscottis, the biscottis or the fucking thing, like a complimentary. And I just kept jamming in my bag and making up kids that I don't know. I'm like, yeah, the kids love these, and here they come back to the show. We're gonna take I got to put 10 more in the bag. The kids love these. Anyway, let me take a quick break. Then I'll talk to you about the bouncing bets controversy. Underdog Fantasy. Pick'em gives you a chance to win 1,000 times your entry or play face football the right way. The Best Ball Mania is live with $15 million in prize. Sign up with promo code BOMBS to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code BOMBS. Circa Survivor Sports is back with Circa Survivor and Circa Millions, giving away $16 million in guaranteed prizes. Imagine the regret you'll feel if you win your off the Survivor pool but didn't enter the Circa Survivor. That's why you come here this weekend. Sign up weekend. Use promo code SGP15. Save 15% off your hotel room this weekend. And a proxy. But the proxy discount we got goes all the way up to September 7th. Sign up in person at Circa Sports between now and September 7th. Use a proxy to play from anywhere. We sign up in person. I did this morning with Tony, the new proxy. Between now and September 7th, go to proxyfootballcontest.com. Save yourself $50 with promo code SGP, and you get a free hat. Sort of free hat. All right, we're back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. I'm your host, the man in the box, CJ Sullivan, broadcasting from Las Vegas on Radio Row. See if I can get this right. What I was talking about, it is a sign-up contest weekend. Like we said, the Circa Survivor contest is back. I'm going to talk a little bit of Survivor Week 1 as well, because we did the interview with the official documentary. Road to 10 Million's happening again. Meeting fun gamblers, meeting fans, meeting degenerates. Had a buddy last night telling me about the Michigan Fresno under he likes. That's his play, if you want to hear that. And he would accentuate. He'd say, like, I love Michigan under. I'm a Michigan guy. And then he'd make a point, and then he'd slap me on the back hard between every point. Like, and Sherrod Moore likes to run the ball. Remember, he never threw it against Penn State. Ha ha! And he'd slap me in the back. I'm like, God damn it. Then he'd come up with something. Fresno State's quarterback's third stringer. Ha ha! He'd slap you on the back. He did it like 6 times. Like, okay, I got it. I'm going to play the under if you stop fucking hitting me in the back. Good guy, though. Love it. Shout out to all the degenerates out there. What was I talking? I was talking gambling controversy. The bouncing bets. Yeah, that was the whole thing. Should I do that now? Taylor Mathis. Taylor Mathis is a woman online. Like I said, there's a lot of women online. They get, they get into this world, and it's a lot of content. She does a thing called walking bets, where she walks and gives out a couple bets for the day. She took this idea She took this idea, which is hilarious, from a lady named Lucy Brudge, who also does walking bets. Now, to be fair, Taylor Mathis, I call them bouncing bets because if you watch her, she has a different kind of walking bets. She walks, but her breasts they're very well endowed. So they bounce. So it's just bouncing bets. Lucy, the originator, she has more of a heaving bets. They're both trying to simulate dirty things to you, but they're making you think differently. Now, Lucy called out Taylor for taking her idea, said you're a thief. Taylor, in her defense, did give her credit when she did it, but she did take the idea. So I'm kind of on both sides with this. One, I'm never for joke thievery or any kind of ideas, and I do and I'm not dismissing it like other people have, aka hoops. Just kidding. They're like, what's this we're talking about? Who invented walking and betting and walking ideas? It does seem stupid on the surface, but I'm telling you, as a creative myself, I defend the rights of infringement, intellectual property, because it is stupid. The ideas of walking and bets and whatever it is, or my jokes, but that's what we do, stupid things, and it's not as easy if that's why you're like, oh, I'm taking that because you could not think of it. So I defend people, but also she did give you credit, so that's something else. She should think of something different, though, for sure. I mean, you have the huge breast. Jump on a fucking bed, whatever you got to do. Whip somebody. I say that because we walked down Fremont Street yesterday and the girls whip you. Whipping bets. What's wrong with that? Whipping bets. Anyway, I hope it works out for them all. That's what it tells me. So it's cats. You're watching a juicy gambling cat fight. Anyway. Spicy stuff here in Las Vegas. Oh, pardon me. Goodness graciousness. What do we got here? Well, I should get into this thing because then like I said, I have a Raiders preview. We're doing Las Vegas. I got the VSiN shows, other shows. I did a sign up. New proxy. Sorry, Vegas Andy, but Tony's the new gal. So make sure you sign up with her. We went with the road to 10 million. 3 contests. So like I said, we had a $2,000 parlay that came back with like $5,300 or something total cash. Profit of $3,200, 33 or something like that. And I was going to do the most entries, 5 entries, and then pay for the proxy with it, be clean. But, the more I started thinking about it, what happens when you lose and then you're out? So I didn't even want to do 4 in 1. That's what I was going to do. 4 Survivor, 1 Circa Millions, which is the pick 5, which I have to do for the show anyway. I have to do the pick 5. That's the bread and butter. That's the lifeline that keeps me going through the football season. Make sure you, not only do you subscribe and hit the like here on the Bottom Line Bombs, but you watch me all football season on my own feed too, Bottom Line Bombs, where I do the Circa Million contest. I do 5 picks against spread every Thursday or Friday. I forget what it is. Do the recaps on Monday. You know how this goes. And I'll give out the Survivor. It'll be a contest show, along with my incredible humorous takes. I'm excited for the footage I got for Road to 10 Million. I already got some good feeding in there. Fantastic. But so we went with 3 Survivor, 1 pick 5, and then the rest we're gonna ship on futures, and I'll talk about those futures after I play them on the next episode, or maybe I'll look at some right now. Maybe I'll give a few out. But that's what we're gonna do. 1,200 futures, because how fun is futures? Anyway. There's some games this weekend. Let's get out there. Games this weekend. There's a game at College Week 0, Las Vegas tonight. Preseason football. We're already on 9. I almost shoved after hitting that Colts fucking bank. The money line's plus 350. How do you not take the Las Vegas Raiders tonight? Plus 9. The line keeps going up against me, but I'm going to wait and get that best number. Apparently not playing anyone. No one's playing anyone. Have you watched preseason football? Nobody cares out there. Like 2 teams care. The Bears care because HBO's watching them, and their games footage is going to live on forever on Max. You know what I mean? With the McDonald's documentary, that shit never goes away. I have a program right now. I can watch the original Ravens Hard Knocks. So you have to put something on film. It's literally on film. So the Bears care. That was a lock yesterday. I missed that. Shout out to Carson Steele, stiff arm and killing it. But then we, so anyway, we hit the Colts win. But we have Vegas tonight, getting 9. They were embarrassed last week. They played their starters and got crushed by Dallas's backups at home. Yes, Gardner Minshew won the starting quarterback role, but that's not in cement. It's Gardner Minshew. I'm rooting for Gardner Minshew. But Aiden O'Connell, he's going to want to try to do this. So we're taking 9, Vegas, plus sprinkle a little on the money line, plus 350. Bomb it. That's just in case I can't get the sound effects in there, and I probably won't be able to. I should have just asked Kramer. They just came back from the pool or whatever. All right. Bomb number 2. You've got 2 college week 0 plays. Florida State, Georgia Tech, and Ireland. I love it. I love games in Ireland for no reason. There was already a video of the Knowles doing Irish jigs. Ireland is the perfect place to host the first college football game. You can make fun of them. They don't care. Make fun of our ethnicity. We don't give a shit. Who are you, boy? You're some big lads. Let's go. Get you drunk. Game's on at 9 in the morning or something. Who knows? I love it. The line's 10.5 now, Florida State, Georgia Tech. A lot of people are liking Georgia Tech, so much so that I'm going to stay away from that, but I do like the over. The over is 55.5. We'll bomb that. Kaboom. My manual. Well, I'm a real Michael Winslow over here. Yeah, the jeeps, the breeps, and the creeps. Sound effect comedy isn't around anymore. That used to be a whole thing. Anyway, we're going to take the over, though, in the Florida State Boston College. We're giving that out, 55.5. They thought it was going to be bad weather, so the number came down. It's kind of ticked back up a little bit. Who cares? Florida State's going to get this on their own. I know they got DJ Alamano, whatever his name is, at quarterback in year 19. That's why I was thinking about Tom Brady going off about college quarterbacks. These guys are pros for like 7 years. Of course, Brady's I don't know if you saw, but Tom Brady went on some rant about how quarterbacks aren't developed anymore, and you got to train, be backups. I didn't start. Yeah, you were a 6th-round pick, Tom Brady. Stop putting your story into this story. You and Caleb Williams have nothing in common. You're a weird-looking white guy at the combine. He's Caleb Williams. He's been a pro since he was age 12. But Tom Brady, and good for him, he's doing these aggressive takes. It's just something weird about his takes, though. People are like, this is the GOAT. Listen to GOAT. He's not a person, Tom Brady. God bless him, but he's an alien. He's like Tom Cruise. It's like if Tom Cruise talking about, grocery shopping or acting. What the hell does he know? He's an alien. Tom Cruise hasn't aged since Cocktail. Same thing with Tom Brady. He's an astronaut. What's going on with him? And Tom Cruise, God bless him, does the same acting choice every time, as I always say. Hot shot, and it works. He knows what he's doing. Hot shot fighter pilot, hot shot bartender, hot shot Vietnam cripple, He did tricks in that chair and stuff like that. But Tom Brady's out there ranting about quarterbacks. Like, he's been in such a bubble, a billionaire bubble for the last 20. He has no idea what the world is. So now he's like, I got to do hot takes. My publicist says people think I'm an alien, so I got to do hot takes and stuff like that. So anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, the Florida State quarterback, because he's been around for 7 years. Yeah, these college quarterbacks, like Bo Nix. Bo Nix has played like 100 games already in college. He's almost worn out. And he's a rookie. He has to play one NFL game. Like, what are you talking about? There is no time. Developing happens, Tom. The other bomb we're going to give out, which isn't mine, but this is what I've heard around. This is what I'm on the streets here in Vegas, the Fremont streets, the unair-conditioned streets, the sweaty streets. And I'm getting the inside tips there. SMU Nevada under 57.5 apparently is your whale beluga play, your bomb play, whatever it is. Not mine, but it's enough. I was convinced enough at the blackjack table. I don't know where else you can get bombs better than at the blackjack table, but that's where I got mine. Under SMU 57.5 versus Nevada. Bomb that. as I see my man Ryan Kramer coming. Ryan Kramer, have we figured out what we're going to do soundboard-wise? Is this going to be a dead sound-wise theme song? We splice that in there? We'll get fine, he says. Like I said, I come all the way to Vegas, still left in the box. They went to the pool. The boys had to get their Will Levis bets in before that number moved. So I was bailed out here. That's fine. Did the number move? Is it still 66-1? I got the head nodded look. I think that was a good look. I'll have to take this off the air. I'm already. The degenerates are not being informed of what the hot Will Levis numbers is. But anyway, all right, let's continue. Actually, let me do an ad read, and I'll come back and I'll do a quick little Survivor Week 1, and then I'm going to send it off to my Raiders preview, and that's going to be it for this show from Las Vegas because we have such a sign-up week. I got the VSiN show later. I might be on the actual main Sports Gambling Podcast Network show. I'm a seat filler for that as well as the rotating celebrity interviews come in. Anyway. But first, let me tell you about Rhythm. Rhythm is amazing. Because college football and NFL is back, and this is where Rhythm thrives. Have you ever wanted to create your own sports betting model for football? Do you even know what a sports betting model is? I don't. I saw a few sports betting models walking around Vegas, to tell you that much. Is that what Rhythm's talking about? No, they're not. They're talking about the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds and get predictions for betting on money line spreads, totals, and props. Build your own model. Copy one of the top-performing models from the leaderboard. Or use Ryan Kramer's model, which he hits the NFL slot machine. He gets hand pays, and next thing you know, he puts futures on. Seems to be winning. Seems to be working. Simplify your betting process. College football kickoff this Saturday. I've been using Rhythm for golf and WNBA all summer. That's where I got my Will Zalatoris bomb, which is about to... Well, he righted the ship a little bit. Came off with an eagle today, and then he had a double. They had a few birdies. We just need him to be within reach at 90-1. Anyway, I've never been more excited to watch Delaware State football in my life thanks to Rhythm. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And we're back here on the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, CJ Sullivan, the man in the box. Oh, where'd the stopwatch go? There it is. I got to timestamp that. Timestamp that ass. Right? So we'll talk a little week 1 Survivor. I think. Yeah. I'm excited to go to the steakhouse tonight, too, actually. Barry's here, and I've never been, and the boys made a reservation for that. I will not get the burger, like the Circles Off podcast, who got the burger there, then they complained about it. Well, what the fuck are you doing? I'm not against getting a burger at a steakhouse, but you can't get the burger at the steakhouse and then complain that the steakhouse is good. Well, you didn't have the steakhouse. Anyway. Now that I'm into these streets, these sports gambling podcast streets, I'm not afraid to mix it up. You know what I mean? I'm taking sides on the bouncing thievery. I'm going after people criticizing the insides and outs, the Vegas hacks, if you will. But let's get into this week 1 Survivor because obviously, or I should do the futures, right? The futures I need to space out. Here's my thing. So we have 3 Survivor contests, and of course I'll talk about this when we get closer to week 1, which is in 2 weeks, very soon. But I'm going to be on the road for that as well, by the way. Shout out. I'll be in Chicago Labor Day weekend in and through that week if you want to see me do comedy. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, CJ Sullivan was taken, underscores in between all those words, or on X at CJ Sullivan _. I'll be comedians you should know. Timothy O'Toole's on Wednesday night out there, September 5th, I believe. Anyway, that's either here nor there. Let's talk week 1. Now, everyone wants Patriots, Bengals, week 1 Survivor. And that's where the contrarian comes in. The bet detectives sniff that out. Too many people are on those Bengals. Now, Bengals did not care at all during the preseason. At all. Joe Burrow, he had some say an Eminem look because he's got the bleach blonde look. I wouldn't quite say Eminem. He was more like that actor who played Pennywise in it because he's got those weird teeth. What's it, Skarsgård or whatever his name is? Let me look him up. What's his name? Bill Skarsgård. He's a good actor. I like Bill Skarsgård. He's weird looking. He's got the teeth Ladies like him. If you ever see his audition for Pennywise, it's pretty good. I think he's got a brother, too. Anyway, he kind of looks like him. He's just got the creepy, sharp teeth, but he's Joey Burrow. Now, they never start out well, so maybe they know that. They should beat the Patriots. The Patriots do look bad. We reviewed the Patriots. They're awful. But Jacoby Brissett, he's got me before. He's a professional quarterback. I don't know. And it's the biggest spread. Everyone's going to be on Cincinnati, so it is a contrarian play. And that's the thing with Survivor. You are playing against other teams to win. You do have to put game theory in there. Game theory is something you like to, if you want to sound smart, you say that. I've learned that this weekend as well. Yeah, that goes with my game theory model, right? Yeah, just do a little game theory. Game theory meaning, you're not just trying to survive, you're trying to survive against other people who will be on the Bengals. So everyone's going to be on the Bengals. You just got to hope they lose and be on someone else. So I picked out 3 games. I got 3 entries, and I don't know if I'm going to be. I haven't decided. This isn't the final decision, but let's just talk it out a little bit because I think one of them probably should be on Cincinnati. It'd be quite the feat to go 3 entries and none of them on Cincinnati, which right now I'm kind of leaning for the fun of it. Buffalo, Arizona was one I had locked in preseason as well. People are really high on not really high on Arizona, but Arizona's people's favorite surprise offensive team. They're going to have a bad defense and a good offense. Buffalo starts out very hot in the gates. And if you look at Buffalo's schedule, which I am right now, thanks to 1075 gift shop purchase made by Sean Green, right in front of me. This guy right here. Buffalo doesn't have too many, and I don't mind Buffalo. People are very low on Buffalo. I think Buffalo's going to want to show out opening game as well because everyone's like, you got rid of Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. Josh Allen's like, yeah, I'm still Josh Allen, the best quarterback in the league. They're at Miami next week, Jacksonville at home, at Baltimore, at Houston, at Jets, Tennessee at home week 7. You can take them there. At Seattle, at Miami, at Indy, KC, bye. I mean, this is San Fran, Rams, Detroit, New England, couple New Englands towards the end. You can get them on week 16 and 18. But other than that, I mean, there's like only a couple spots for Buffalo. So I like Buffalo at home versus Arizona week 1 as one of my survivors. Let's do the avoid Cincinnati situation there. Buffalo's going to make one of the survivor cards. Hold me to that, C-Generates, all right, before I talk myself out of it, which I did last night. The other one looking at was, where were we at here? Seattle, Denver. Now, Seattle, I'm very high on. We did not do the NFC West. We will be doing the NFC West on Monday and then wrapping up with the NFC East. I have a Seahawk insider. He doesn't like them versus Denver, but he does like, you got to like Seattle a lot. Now, Denver, I'm not buying this Bo Nix shit, but Bo Nix is returning to Oregon. He did play for Oregon. That's something. I don't know what that is, but, he played for Oregon for 1 year after 17 years at Auburn. But Seattle versus Denver, that's a situation I can get behind. In Seattle, of course, tough home game. I like to play home games. My basic rules are I do not like to play road teams at all on Survivor. I certainly don't like to play road interdivisional teams on Survivor. Interdivisional in general, I try to avoid, but not always easy to case. Not always easy to case. Is that what I said? I'm glad I could come out here in Vegas, even though I don't drink. You know what's weird about Vegas? You still wake up with a hangover because it's Vegas. I don't even drink anymore. Granted, I took a lot of edibles. I kept that going. And when you're at the tables, the edibles, you got to do something because it's all sensory overload. You got house music, you got Sandstorm playing, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, But still, I'm not drinking. I used to wake up and granted, I wouldn't get to my bed till 4 or 5 because it's weird not drinking in Vegas and realizing, you don't have to be up till 6 o'clock every night because the drinks are free and there's gambling going on. You can. And I probably will one of these tonight, maybe. But I know I had work to do today. And I went to bed at a reasonable hour, or at least tried to. but no drinking. And I still woke up like cotton mouth. Oh, God, like 9:30, which is pretty late, for me at least nowadays. And I was like, oh, God, what happened? What happened? I remember what happened. Just take a couple seconds to think about it. And then I remembered everything that happened. Pretty bizarre. That's Vegas without drinking. Anyway. All right, let me wrap this up, and then we're going to get into the Las Vegas Raiders, Las Vegas segment because we have to get going. All right, so I do like Seattle at home, but no, I'm thinking we're going Buffalo. So that's 2. Another one we got going on here. Tampa Bay, Washington. Now, this is what the boys, Sean and Ryan, are in on Tampa Bay in this game. And I get it. You're fading a rookie quarterback's first start. Jaden Daniels, this Washington. I don't know if I'm ready to rush to the table to bet Tampa Bay, though. And I do like Tampa Bay, the value. We talked about them. Tampa and the Saints, we talked about how we like them in the NFC South because of their prices. And Baker and the disrespect he's getting. Washington making an odd trade of Jahan Dotson to Philly for former first-round pick. Is it Luke McCaffrey season? Christian McCaffrey's brother. Well, he'll be the wide out there in Tampa. Who knows? Maybe he didn't riff with Jaden. Point is, that one's a little lower on my list. I'm scared of Washington. I remember Washington was a trendy pick last year. Because they were fading Arizona, and they should have lost Arizona, could have, but it was a very tight sweat. I think I might just avoid Washington and Tampa Bay altogether, like a coward. Let me look at Buccaneers' schedule. If you wanted to play the Buccaneers at Detroit, you got home versus Denver coming up week 3. Bang! I got Tampa Bay right there in week 3. Why am I wasting them on week 1? Let's skip that. What was the third game on? Oh, the Saints is the one I wanted to lock in on. Home versus Carolina. Now, we just did the Carolina preview. We all know Bryce Young is a great processor. Elite processor. Vegetables, processed. Everything, processed. He's still bad. I can't see them beating the Saints. I think people are way too low on the Saints. Yeah, the Saints do not excite you. You're like, why are they? Why are they? They are. So those are the 3 we're looking at week 1 Survivor. If you want to go contrarian and not play Cincinnati, my top 3 are Buffalo, Saints, and Seattle. 3 week 1 survivors. But they're not official. Like I said, as we get to the contest, the bottom line bombs, as we move on, I will give them out with the official picks, and you can follow them all online. Man in the Box on the Circa website for Survivor, Bet Detective for the Circa Million contest, which we'll give that. All right. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's wrap it up. I see people they're all ready to sweep me on my table. They're checking my media press passes, media credentials, lanyards. A lot of lanyards going on here from Las Vegas. We have plenty of other shows to go. I'm getting texts, I believe. All right. Just moving my spot. My spot will be moved tonight to 6:45. Breaking news: my VSiN spot moved to 6:45 tonight. That's the word on the streets here on Radio Row. As I got the buzz thing down there, Musburger just dropped a note to me. He said, get the corned beef at Saginaw's, and you're getting bumped to 6:45. That's a double Musburger breaking news here. But all right, as we get to that, let's get into our Las Vegas Raiders preview. Like I said, this is a man of the dark webs. He lives in the cracks of society. Powski himself, he's beyond QAnon. He does those simulations. He's in worlds that you don't even want to know about, but he knows about the Raiders. This is a man I've seen punch a hole through a TV after they lost a tuck rule game, and then watch the Super Bowl in the next week with a Patriot fan with bandages and bloody hands. And people at the Super Bowl party like, who is that guy in the corner with glass in his hands, basically, and bleeding? Oh, that's our Raider fan. He punched TVs after they made up a rule to keep them out of the Super Bowl. But he's great. He's a degenerate. He's a fan. And now, without further ado, let's just break down, since we're in Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Raiders 2024 season with me and Brian Potrafka. All right, now to talk Raider football on the bottom line bombs here with the man in the box. I have the Raider insider, Brian Potrafka. Powski, welcome to the show. Let me bring you up here. There you are.
Hey, how you doing, CJ? Good to see you.
Great to
You
see you
talking
too.
Raiders? Or what have you been up to?
Talking Raider. Well, I've just been going through the AFC West. I'm here in Las Vegas, so we might as well talk Raider football. You are the number one diehard Raider fan. You've taken over bars in Chicago and with the Raider shrines, and you've bled for them. Literally, I've seen you punch TVs and bleed for them during the Tuck Rule Bowl. But you're looking good now. You have a nice Kenny Stabler look to you there.
Yeah, I had a forehead extension.
Okay.
Just a whole different type of setup.
A forehead extension. Okay.
Yeah, I've been a quiet at home Raider fan for like 3 years. And I always say like it would be healthy for me to go out among Raider fans. And I'm just like, yeah, but I don't have to.
Right. That's true. It used to be a whole thing when you used to get community and the shrine, all of that.
Right.
You're always a good bunch. Your Raider fans are an eclectic bunch. One of the best fan groups in football for sure. They dress up, a lot of cosplay, and Harley, the Star Wars and
I want to hook up with the old group I used to hang out with, just because I know there's someone in that group I dislike, and I want to let him know.
Yeah, I believe there's a lot of vendettas. But where are you calling from now? You look, the woods there, the hair's flowing, you got a suit on, you look good.
Oh yeah, Chicago.
It looks like downtown Chicago right there. It looks like you.
Yeah, I'm in Uptown.
In Uptown, okay.
We got a little park.
Nice
right
little
by where I live.
Yeah, nice little park there, so you can take out and get in some fresh air there in the beautiful city of Chicago. Fantastic. Totally. All right, well, let's get into your Las Vegas Raiders. They moved there. What did they move there? 3-4 years ago now at this point? I can't even remember.
At least 4.
Yeah, at least 4, because they've gone through 2 coaches, 2 quarterbacks. Let's take Las Vegas.
They got a long-term coach turnover.
Right. They've gone through Carr and they went through Jimmy G here. And let's start right.
The Carr thing was a sickening relationship at the end. That was way too long. For
sure. So here's your Las Vegas Raiders. It starts right with the top. I love your owner, Mark Davis, the son of Al Davis. He's hilarious. He's just a horribly just unfortunate looking man, but he leans into it. He loves it, so much so that he dates like a young model. He hangs out with the most handsome men around, like David Beckham and Tom Brady, to accentuate how ugly he is.
Yeah.
He loves, I kind of like that about him.
For accent. Yeah, but I think I saw a picture of him floating around at some point in time. He had a regular haircut and he looked like a lot different.
Really? Yeah, I don't like him with a regular haircut.
This makes him look like a special boss kid. I mean, it totally. With the normal haircut, he just looked like a generic looking guy. This is better.
Yeah, it is better. He stands out. He looks like the Ben Stiller character he did when he's the special needs kid in Tropic Thunder, the whatever, when they say don't go full on retard or whatever, that quote.
Yeah, he's that type.
Simple Jack. That's who he looks like. Simple Jack.
But I like him because I think he has a good heart and he's truly a fan of the team.
Absolutely. And he's a Davis. You got to love because of what the fans with Al Davis for sure.
I feel bad because Al didn't like him, considered him a disappointment. Probably hated him just because of his looks. No, I don't. Al's
maybe, and Al was an unfortunate looking man, but not this unfortunate. So
it's not that simple. But Al wanted a little Al, not him.
Yeah, he's certainly not a little Al. But
so I feel bad.
He's still a personality, and like I said, they've done some terrible hires of John Gruden. We brought up, of course, and McKay, the GM. And then, of course, they had Josh McDaniels, horrendous. And they fired him on Halloween night, and they hired Antonio Pierce.
I love Pierce.
Yeah. So what do you think about it? What do you think about Antonio Pierce? So he's the interim coach. That's never a good thing when the interim coach comes over and the players rally around like, you hire him. And then you got to wake up with this hangover. I mean, they did lose to Jeff Saturday's Colts, for crying out loud. But
I think normally, but I think in this case it works.
I 100% agree. I think with the Raiders, it does work. And you know what? Their defense played great once he got hired. They only gave up 16 points a game once they hired him. And that was 9. That was a 9-game stretch they went on,
Plus, just watching them, and they were so much more energized and
Yes.
animated. It seemed like they had like their whatever, their prison chains cut or whatever. I mean, they were like free running around being Raiders.
Right, and the Raiders are that one team that buys into that bullshit, of character.
Yeah, they
you
do.
know what I mean? Like all that thing, and they kind of needed it because they definitely lost their identity with Josh McDaniels and Gruden. And I think they got a bit. Gruden had an attitude, but they drafted so terribly to set the organization back.
There's still a few good Gruden picks on the team, though. There was like 3 of them I thought of the other day.
Max Crosby, of course,
yeah,
was a 4th round pick. That's just, I mean, that's the you can always hang your hat on that. But so they had a quarterback better. I like this Raider team. The roster is good. The only problem is the quarterback situation, but it was between Aiden O'Connell. They went with Minshew, and I like this about Pierce too. They asked why did you go with Minshew? And he's like, I don't know. He's just got a good attitude. Like he's got moxie. Like his talent wasn't there, but he's got the players love him, and
it felt like he said, what can I say? The man's a poet,
right?
He flips and he flies and he zips around. And fires us all up to do cartwheels.
It wasn't inspiring about Gardner Minshew, nor was it inspiring about Pierce. Like both were like, oh God, jeez, we're for a long run with both of them. But Pierce 20-1.
That combined with everything. Like right after Gardner Minshew was a bad game, like you named your starter. It's like over your own draft pick. Like my first reaction was just the 2 dots and the upside down frown picture, like just like fuck.
But Minshew,
I was thinking, I thought really that you should take. I was going to tell everyone to take the over. I still will, whatever it is, 6.5.
Yeah,
there'll be a game better. Oh, okay. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself.
That's all right. We'll get to that at the end. We'll go to the schedule, and then we'll pop you up there. There you are.
That's all.
That's you. No, gotta speak. I want to move the mouth again there. You kind of look like you can follow the with Gardner Minshew.
We got to get that mouth to move on this thing somehow.
Oh, it's amazing. All right, let me move on through. So real quick, Pierce 20-1 win coach of the year. I could see that happen just because people do like him. Minshew 81 comeback player of the year. That's wasting money because what's he coming back from? Just being not as good.
Hey, he made the Pro Bowl.
He did make the Pro Bowl. That's what I mean. So comeback player of the year.
Right.
Money. So here's your 3 stars. Like I said, Max Crosby, the only good pick John Gruden had, I think, as a 4th round pick. At least the best one.
4th round.
Yeah, he's the man. He defines the Raiders exactly who they are. Him and Devontae Adams both love Pierce, so that's all it takes.
Devontae's not Devontae. I was thinking of Max has become the new like Lyle Alzado.
Yeah. He is a modern day Lyle. Yeah.
Or he's more like Howie Long, I guess, but just that.
Oh, you're right. He's a good combination of Lyle and Howie Long. He's 7-1 when defensive player of the year, which is pretty chalky, but who's the other defensive
small compared to Tyree Ellis? Oh, they've had Greg Townsend.
Yeah, well, of course they had Greg Townsend. I'm saying this year though, I know they have Malcolm Kuntz and Byron
they
Young
have Kuntz. They got that rookie Tyree
Wilson.
I'm trying to think of their 4th defensive end, but I can't right now.
Well, they have Byron Young and
Byron Young's a tackle, I think.
Right, he's a tackle. They also got Christian Wilkins from Miami as a D tackle.
Wilkins excites me. Yeah, that's one thing that excites me. His energy with Crosby's energy, like them trying to outdo each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of like their defense with Divine Deablo and the linebacker Spillane. Their cornerback.
Oh yeah, Spillane is perfect for that position. And he doesn't seem like Pierce at all, but Pierce just like treats him like he's his favorite player. Pierce loves Spillane.
Right, he likes all of them. And their D-backs, Nate Hobbs and Jack Jones, are pretty good.
I think I'm going to say the Raiders live or die outside of having brutal quarterback play. It's going to live or die by Jack Jones this year. Because he's very dangerous, and the kind of shit talking that usually backfires because he creates bulletin board material. But he's been doing good so far. Yeah,
was he the one who did the Patrick Mahomes Kermit the Frog doll who grabbed it at least, whatever?
I didn't really read close enough to see if he was linked, but I'll just guess probably.
Sure. It was funny. I mean, whatever. They act like all the Raiders team was doing it. Some fan brought it in, and like at the end of training
Yeah.
camp, this guy grabbed it. He did a funny impression. And more importantly, what do we think about Brock Bowers, the first round pick? Hilarious Raider draft pick, unnecessary, but they're going to go. I mean, they just drafted a tight end last year, which is hilarious. And Michael Myers.
He's a weapon.
Yeah, he is. So I guess they're going to go double tight with it, which I kind of like. But
yeah,
50-1 rookie of the year. He can be, who knows what he can be. He could be a star.
They'll make him a running back and a wide receiver, so Mayer will get out in other sets too. But he doesn't even seem human to me. He seems angelic somehow. Like there's a glow about him. Like it's not quite just normally human.
Right.
Which could be bad. Maybe that's a bad sign.
He's got it. That Brock Bowers has a glow about him.
Yeah, like he's floating above the ground just a little bit.
Okay. Apparently he's looked good. So in camp, the words in the camp. Then you have a bunch of other guys on offense. I mean, they do have weapons. They got Jacoby Myers, Michael Gallup, and that.
No, Gallup retired, but Trey Tucker's looking good.
Oh, Gallup retired on me. I didn't.
Yeah.
Man, I got to update my information. Thank you. Trey Tucker, 75-1. Or no, Devontae Adams, 75-1 to win Offensive Player of the Year. But Trey Tucker, he had a great preseason game there. He's a slot. Apparently, he had off-season LASIK surgery, and now he's.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that. That's nice. I know he worked out a ton.
Yeah, he was farsighted. Now he can finally see the football. See, apparently, before he was a professional football player, but he could not see the ball at all. But he wouldn't wear glasses because he's too much of a tough guy. So now he got LASIK surgery. Now he can see it, and now he's going to be a.
He should be 100 times better now.
Right, 100 times better. I love when they just make up stories like that during camp. What was it one the other day? Christian Watson had like this underground hamstring process in Europe or something to fix his hamstrings.
In Russia.
Exactly. But their offensive line is good. Colton Miller's a Pro Bowl tackle. You have Andre James at center. I mean,
they were top 12 last year.
Absolutely.
Or 12th, I guess.
I really like this roster. And even what do we think of Zamir White though, who's replaced Josh Jacobs?
I like him.
Yeah, 120-1 to win Offensive Player of the Year. Alexander Madison quietly having a good camp, they said.
Has Madison ever been good, or has he just always been kind of good?
He's what we call a speed plotter, which is kind of odd. He's got speed, but he plods. He doesn't use it. Kind of like a boxer who doesn't use
change
their
up.
Height. Yeah, he doesn't use their height or something like that. He does change up.
Tall fighter squats down to fight.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get into this schedule here. Let me put you up here real quick so you take a look at it. There you are.
Thanks. Now I can see.
Yeah, now you can see. Now you got your own Trey Tucker LASIK surgery. This is what
San Diego for Chargers.
Yes, absolutely. So your Raiders schedule, real quick, 8.5 is the over/under as you were.
I thought it was 7. I thought it was 6.5.
Now, well, they were 6 wins. Well, they won 8 games last year, right? They were 8-9 last year.
Yeah.
But remember, they're 17 games now. They're 3-1 just to make the playoffs. They're 10-1 to win the AFC West, 60-1 to win the AFC. And if you want to bet money, go ahead and put 101 to win the Super Bowl. But there's a couple of our favorite old Raiders, your Lester Hayes and David Casper, Ghost to Post or whatever it goes.
Absolutely. That
incredible.
He was my introduction to being a Raider fandom, just learning who he was. Because in fourth grade, I was just a comic book nerd, but we had in PE to do a passing drill, and you had to say what receiver you were. And I just asked someone, I'm like, give me a name. And he said Casper, and I caught the ball, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to check this guy out. I loved him right away, just read about the Raiders. So then I became a fan just fourth grade from that PE.
I love it. A student of slipping you Dave Casper is a name.
Yeah, that's kind of random and weird. Central Illinois.
Absolutely, I love your Central. You're a Central Illinois athletic legend. Before we take a deep dive into this schedule here,
you still have my trophy?
Yep. Well, I mean, you'd have to. You might have to ask Tommy Mayo. I think Tommy Mayo might have pocketed that.
Oh, it's in good hands.
Tell the Degenerates, it's your co-defensive player of the year. Is that what it was?
It was co-MVP on defense for the team.
And your team was 0-12.
And our team was ranked. And our team, there was 12 teams, and we had the number one ranked defense.
Number one ranked defense. And you had how many wins that year?
Oh, we were terrible. Our offense was so bad. I think we won 3 games.
It was kind of like that's like how Butkus was early on with the Bears. They're horrible, but he was like MVP, but he was just a monster of the Midway.
Well, we'd lose every game 7-0.
Right. But they knew when they played you, you would absolutely put it.
Oh yeah,
scores on them.
I was just a free roaming linebacker, and like he basically said, just do your own thing, kind of like pick your spot and take it. So it was the most fun.
All right. So let's get into these Vegas Raiders. I think this is why they're starting Minshew early on. You open up back-to-back at Chargers and at Baltimore before you come home for Carolina versus Cleveland, the first 4 games there. You can easily go 2-2 here, no problem, I think. What do you think about that Charger opener, though?
Well, it could be tough because they put 63 up on them last year, and they might be mad. Or, I don't know. I overrate that stuff. I think they beat the Chargers.
Right, little revenge game. Herbert's got the plantar fasciitis. I like how every middle-aged white guy relates to that. Like, oh, I know what that injury's about. Yeah, oh yeah,
just injury of death right there.
It really is.
Yeah, you're ruined.
Harbaugh Pierce though is a nice opener.
Oh yeah. The Harbaugh thing's going to be interesting. I don't know. I just feel like the Raiders are going to win, but it wouldn't surprise me if they lost a close game.
Now what's going on, Powski? Usually the Raiders affect your life, your daily, your month, your year, everything. It goes on a week. You call out of work, you go on a bender, you black out if they lose, and then you scream violence and threaten anyone on the online community in subreddit threads. Here I am. I feel like you're not into it right now. What's going on?
I feel like maybe Charlie Brown not wanting to kick the football again. Because every year, the change they go with, I'm like, that's what did it. They're in now. And every year, it's like either terrible or it's always terrible. Every single year, it's terrible. Devontae Adams, we can't go wrong with Devontae Adams. It does nothing. Makes them worse.
Well, it's sad to see a Raider fan lose that.
But I'm still excited. I'm excited. Maybe Gardner will be a new Hostetler, and I do like Aiden O'Connell still. So I don't know.
Right.
It'll be like a fun year.
I'm just saying, the fun year. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's sad when you miss the spark of threatening violence onto others or yourself because of a Raider. You know what I mean? Like, that's the magic of the Raiders. I'm
more ghost than human now, like Dave Casper, the ghost.
Like Casper the Ghost. All right. Well, let's take a look at the rest of the schedule. What are the games that pop out that you hate the most, and the team that you have to like? I imagine the Steelers at home, and that'll be, God forbid, they'll show all the holy rollers and all the immaculate receptions with that one. Though, like
Baltimore looks pretty bad right now for week 2.
Yeah, Baltimore is definitely vulnerable. Is that a team you would hate the most? I mean, obviously Kansas City you hate the most. I know that for sure. But what's a sneaky team that you would hate outside of the division?
You know what? I have a sneaky team I love is Baltimore because I have in the simulation league I've got Lamar Jackson a quarterback. So,
all right. Well, you are obviously. I know simulation is your thing there. I didn't realize you did that. I know you did it with baseball. I didn't know you do it with football as well. How's that going?
Yeah, it's even worse than baseball.
All right.
I mean in a good way, but bad to all my friends or anyone who knows me.
Yeah,
because it's so deep. Like. Got my 5th punt returner. Fuck yeah, no fumbles. I mean, it's sadistic.
Yeah,
no
problem. So the schedule here, I see a bunch of 500. And then they lose some. Denver, Pittsburgh.
The KC games they just give me like a sick stomach all week because I hate them so much.
Right. You hate them very much as well as you should. And then last year, though, that was the big win of the season. That's probably what got Pierce hired.
That was the highlight of the year. I mean, not just football, the actual entire year.
As I pull your picture up here, Powski, explain to me, that was on Christmas morning, right? Raiders at Kansas City. Explain to me what you went through, what that man right there, Powski, went through on Christmas last year when the Raiders upset Kansas City.
I think it was just a lot of super nervousness. And then as soon as they got in a rhythm and started smacking them good, and I was overjoyed. I mean, it felt like I I'd forgiven everyone who'd ever wronged me. And I mean, it was just like, it was magical. I think when the Raiders score a touchdown, it feels like time freezes and there's this archetype of the Raider that goes in motion, and everyone feels it and feels the energy, and it, passes. But it like, goes beyond space and time when they score.
Wow. Well, that perfect set it up. If you look,
They do have the best uniforms, and it's not even close.
That's true. The uniforms and the logo, as we were talking about. Now, you
they have a true mystique or a true story behind it.
Right. I had the Raiders here at 8-9 wins, so I wouldn't really play the over or under. I don't like them winning.
Yeah, I would. I see it at 8 or 9 too.
Yeah. You were telling me about the Let me take this down. You were telling me about those uniforms though. You said a Stone Kid and Cal Berkeley might design those.
Like just the Raider logo, like on the helmet. It just seems like he's kind of winking at us, like a stoner designed it. Just like we'll make it look right, but just kind of like.
Right, there he is. There he is over my shoulder there, if you see him there.
Yeah, he kind of looks like, I'm just your dad, but I'm a Raider. And I kill people.
I kill people. I have swords behind my back there.
Almost like Bob Dobbs or whatever.
Bob Dobbs.
The Reverend.
Absolutely, the Reverend Bob Dobbs. Well,
yeah, they're definitely high art.
But you're right. Easily the best uniforms. Easily the best logo. And some of the history, of course, and Oakland is just a city where they let you live. There'll always be the Oakland Raiders to me, but
the worst thing though is every game the announcer going, a penalty for the Raiders. That's unusual.
Like
every game,
right? Like the league still has it out for him for Al Davis's lawsuit from 1,000 years ago. Like these refs have any idea what that's all about?
I know exactly. It's ridiculous.
Oh man! All right, Powski. Well, thank you for joining us with the Raiders. And I put there on the ticker your Substack, which is hilarious, called Worse Than Hitler.
It's really fading out. I'm going to change it to Race to the Casket.
Race to the Casket. I enjoy that as well. Where can they
get your thank you.
But also, I want to talk about your books real quick. Plug those.
I got a few books.
Right.
You mean old ones? Yeah.
Old ones. Where can we get them? Can you get them?
Fables is sold out. Small and Wrong is still available.
Small and Wrong is sold. Fables is sold out, and there will be no more copies. Too bad. Luckily I have
none.
Right.
Yes.
But Small and Wrong.
I wish I'd saved some. Yeah, you can stick it Small and Wrong. I'll autograph it for you. I'll send it right to you if you want it.
Where do you get it? Is there a website or anything?
Oh, used to be able to get it on Amazon.
All right.
I think maybe you still can.
Amazon. If not, it looks like you go to the north side of Chicago, that beautiful park that you have to be living in.